Congrats on being first, Tiff. I don't know how you do it. If by that dodo bird you're asking if I've gone extinct. Maybe. Possible. But we're still chugging along anyway. Howdy and welcome. I'm your game jumper, DiJaDi. Oof, I didn't even think about the age factor, but yes, good point. How are you, Tiff? If you don't follow It's Tiffany, please follow my friend. Please. It would mean a lot to me. Plus, she's, you know, a fantastic streamer. We're playing Forgotten City today. We're jumping into that universe. We are solving mysteries. We are defying death. We are looping. So, nothing new here. My week was, man. Well, it could always be worse. I have an effective strategy that I've learned that helps with dealing with stress, right? And I learned it from Lost, actually. I slow down. I breathe. I count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And then I get to work. Anything that's controllable, I put that in one bucket. Anything that's not, I put it in the other, and I focus on the bucket of controllables. This is what I can do. This is what I can affect. Okay, where do I start? What's the first puzzle piece in this bucket that I can use? So, that's what I try to do. I've been counting to 10 a lot this week. A lot. Like sometimes back to back. It's been a week. I mean, hey, we're still here, so you know what? I'll take that. And I have a new TV. Woo! It's great. Hang on, we have a picture of it somewhere. Breeze, thank you for the water, my good friend. My best friend who I used to play games with. I think that's going to be your title now. Feeling shady. Okay. Breeze, not only did I buy one 24-pack of water, I bought two, and I have one right by my desk. You should be proud. Look at how bright those colors are. Come on. From the TV? Woo! Let's go. It's great. We're going to do the same thing we did last time, okay? We're going to go on a little adventure here, alright? Because if we don't go on adventures, then what's the point of life? That's me on a computer back in the Stone Ages when computers were just invented. That's my first TV. The first TV I ever owned. I think I thanked Best Buy or something from purchasing it. Yeah, that's my new TV. That's my first actual setup. That's my laptop, a little portable TV. I don't know where my actual first TV went. Maybe that is it. I don't know. Scale is a weird thing. I need to make these images bigger because I'm wearing sunglasses. That was my setup in Chicago. Ignore the mess. Chicago's a messy city, okay? This is a slideshow, yes. This has turned into a slideshow stream. That was my setup in Kentucky. I bought an IKEA desk, put it together all by myself. Maybe cheated on the instructions a little bit, but you know what? Sometimes you have to make shortcuts where there exists none. That doesn't make sense, but we'll pretend it does. Okay. That was my actual, like, you know, first, like, pro setup, big TV. I think that's like a... Maybe that's a 45-inch there, maybe a little bit smaller. Your dinosaur just hid behind the pictures. That's when I got to a living room, which with a bigger TV, but it was further away, so have my laptop and my little Surface Go there. Cute. This was my first setup here in Virginia. Upgraded TVs yet again. Well, actually, I took the big TV from there, but I honestly, I should have more photos of setups in between these, but I don't know. I guess I didn't take as many pictures, but it's really cool that I have them, the ones that I do. Alright, that's an upgraded version of my Virginia setup in my previous apartment. Utilizing that Surface Go for no reason, because it was actually like way too far back to like matter. It literally just hung there as a clock. That was it. This was my first setup in my new apartment. Using the mic on a mic arm. Exciting. Not actually the first picture of the setup here, but finally, my current setup. Utilizing two 55-inch TVs. I actually lowered the one on the left so that it's the same height, because that was bugging me. But yes, I'm very happy with my current setup. I masquerade as one anyway. But this TV has HDR, and it's beautiful, and it talks to me, which keeps me from getting lonely a little bit. And, yeah. It's great.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and what you're doing with that bow on your back?
Howdy, Galerius. I'm Detective DiJaDi, and we've had this conversation before. Oh my gosh, Tiff, I was shocked. I literally did not expect it, and it caught me so off guard, even though, like, you know, I'm familiar with, like, things like Siri or, like, Alexa or whatever, you know, like, all that. That was, like, I know, like, technology exists. I had Cortana, like, working on my Xbox for a while, like, but I plugged in my TV, and it immediately went, "Hello. How can I assist you today?" Well, it's like, what? I definitely freaked out a little bit. I definitely did it. I was like, all I did was turn the TV on. Like, what? What is this? You've never seen me before, huh?
Oh, I guess how much did I drink last night? Sorry to have bothered you.
I bought a new friend. You know what? I mean... Look, most of my friends have lives. This one does not, you know? So... Actually, I wanted to talk to you again.
Of course. What did you want to know?
Oh, actually, no, I don't.
All right. See you around.
I want him to do stuff, but I guess I don't need him to? I don't know. Because I kind of want him to, like, set the trap to get that other guy in trouble or whatever, and... I don't know. Seems weird.
Salve.
You, Sisyphus, attack or pursue the stone that always...
I'm gonna grow hair. Jeez. Oh. This is where, like, the election thing is held, probably. Mr. Clean in a video game? I think Mr. Clean would be a perfect collaboration for Power Wash Simulator. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. I just learned to jump. Look at that. I need to save her. Because otherwise she'll die. And I can't have that on
What
my
are
conscience.
you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying? She's been poisoned.
Also, I think we've
She
been
needs
long
the
enough that
resin
we
of a
can
plant called Sylvium, but that Culus cubulatus decius won't give it to
deglass.
me. What? Quick, give it here. Yulia, Yulia, you need to swallow this. Here, let me help you. Hopefully, in a moment, she should be able to breathe normally. That was extraordinary. How did you know she needed this exact thing, and at this exact moment? Are you some kind of oracle?
Yes, we are an oracle. I did... well, you know what? Mountain Dew actually does bring me back to life a little bit. Do we want to lie? Never. Do we need to lie?
Look, if you don't want to tell me, I won't look a gift horse in the mouth. But no matter. That was like the gods hearing my prayers and intervening. You just saved a person's life, and you should be proud of yourself. She might even be able to thank you.
Now, we
herself
already
in
know
a
everything
moment.
that she
And
can tell
maybe
us.
she can tell us who poisoned her.
Because
and what she meant when she was muttering about that snake's cruel
We have all
black
this
eyes.
information.
In the meantime, I'm happy to help you with whatever it is you need. That's a shame. Thanks again for saving Yulia's life. Apollo smiles upon you.
Okay, so this girl's story is she's a slave to Malleolus, who is the other person running for mayor right now. She wanted to escape. She found a friend in the innkeeper down here. The innkeeper said, "Hey, I know a way to escape. You just have to buy this herb from me." She was like, "Oh gosh, I don't have the money for that." The innkeeper was like, "Look, it's a really expensive herb." So she borrowed money from her owner or whatever. What's back here? That did nothing. Shoot. I was really hoping that would do something. Oh well. But she borrowed money from her owner and bought the secret to getting out of here, and it turned out to just be a poisonous plant. So then she took the poisonous plant to escape the crippling death that she placed herself in.
And lets out his threefold praying.
Livia, would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you?
I thought that mouth was moving, but it was just the water coming out. Interesting. Now Livia, our friend here, who seems crazy, is crazy. But she has a
Just
really
as
good
the
reason.
ocean accepts
She
the
discovered
rivers
that
of all
everyone
the
around
world,
her, everyone down
so
here,
this
is dead.
place accepts all the souls, but it does not notice the crowds that come. Say it. Speak its name. Then it is true.
Oh yeah, spoilers.
I was right.
Sorry, Tiff. I forgot you were gonna play this.
I thought I saw it, but when the rest of them could not,
You could still play it. It's a
I kept
really, really
thinking
interesting
I must
game.
have gone insane. I had to tell myself it was true over and over again, until I wasn't sure if I was deceiving myself. I must apologize if my words seemed cryptic. I'd found comfort in reciting the Metamorphoses by our great poet Ovid. He gives such an uncanny description of this place.
Yet.
I cannot help but wonder if he himself came here. Would you like to hear it?
That gave me a headache.
I will do my best to remember the relevant verse. There is a downward path, gloomy with fatal yew trees. It leads through dumb silence to the infernal regions. The sluggish sticks.
Do you have a
exhale
computer to
vapor,
play games on
and by
still?
that way, the shadows of the newly dead descend, entombed with full rites, and the ghosts of those, at last, given proper burial. The wide, thorny waste is cold and pallid, and the newly arrived shades are ignorant of the road that leads to the Stygian city, where Black Dis has his cruel palace. As the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world,
Yeah,
so
I
this
don't
place
really use
accepts
Steam.
all the souls, and is never too small for any populace, nor notices the crowds that come. There the
Except for
bloodless
Ellie.
shadows wander without flesh or bone. Some crowd the forum, some the house of the ruler of the depths. Others follow their trades, imitating their previous lives. And still others incur punishment. I hope I have done it justice, and now we share a secret. It's as if you've lifted a great burden from my shoulders. Thank you, friend. I think I should rest.
Oh, look at us. Look at us helping people out.
I love your clothes. So, you're here. I'm
There's so much talking.
Glad you decided to visit. I'm Aurelia, and I hope I'm not being too forward, but the moment I laid eyes on you, I was intrigued. You're not like any Roman man I've ever seen. You seem so refined, so civilized.
Let's do 1,000 milliseconds. Okay. Don't waste your breath. I know you're a horrible person.
How dare
Oh.
you?
Oof.
Get away from me, you pig.
I have the feeling she's not going to talk to us anymore.
Oh, do us all a favour and drink hemlock, cap at murder.
Nope. Okay. Well. So, the problem is that some of these people possess information that I need. That was more information than I needed. We have a bottle of wine. Let's definitely take that. Oh, that just brings us out here. I don't really care about here. It might just be between these two spots, yeah. Oh, no. There might be more. Maybe. This goes up, but to where? What's up, One Cup? How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. If you don't follow One Cup of Water, you are missing out on the Best of the sweats. That sounds disgusting, but honestly, it's, you'll never see anything like it. That also doesn't sound great, but also, I mean, it's worth watching. Look, I'm doing a really bad job at selling him, but he's great. If you didn't want to see sweat, Tiffany, you would not be a dancer. Did you watch, by the way, Tiff? Did you watch any of the oh gosh, I forget what it's called. The dancing, like, parts of the Olympics? The, I don't know what it's called. What are you pointing at? Oh, you're like scared. Breaking! Yes, thank you. Thank you. Oh, another bottle of wine. I saw some of the, like... I saw some of the competitions of breaking, and they were, like, wow. Like, incredibly impressive. Highly recommend it. Oh, interesting. Yeah, no, could not be me either. I mean, I can't dance for the life of me. You could not pay me to dance. What is this? Pluto, father of riches. Oh my gosh, wait a second. We need that shrine. Nope, the door's still locked. Okay. Break my soul. Yeah, fair. The way is shut. We cannot get in. What do you mean you need my... I'm doing my best, okay? Wait, we can play with the, like, different, like, art styles on? That's interesting. It's Minecraft, everybody. This is actually kind of sick. This is actually really kind of cool. I don't think there's a Barbie filter, sorry. We're spending way too much time down here, and it's really gonna backfire. That's really cool that you can change those, though. That's great. No, this is a shrine we were just at. We don't want that. No! Blast. Now you're locked in here with me, he said to the table. Okay, there we go. We just needed to get through that rock, which actually, no, we didn't, but okay. Oh, there we go. No, we figured our way out. We're good now. I don't necessarily know that we have, like... This is okay, I guess. I really like this. No! Oh, there we go. Okay, so we just have to activate the, like, camera there to return it to default. Good to know. We just keep on taking our bow out for no reason. That doesn't seem helpful. Honestly, I mean... Oh, here's an old scroll. Hang on. The Myth of the Golden Rule by DiJaDi the Younger. As per our custom, I shall begin by paying my respects to the god responsible for the city. For our continued prosperity and tranquil seclusion, he deserves our admiration. But here I must depart from custom, for his attempt at imposing strict rule upon us is oppressive and overreaching, and deserving of our contempt. Who among us has not awoken at night in a cold sweat, fearing some sort of accidental transgression of the Golden Rule? All of us must accept that we are all capable of error, whether from a momentary lapse in judgment or conscious decision based on faulty reasoning. Yet the great threat, the sword of Damocles, that we live under, is, I believe, merely a deception, and I shall prove it to you. Let me begin by dismissing the counter-arguments. First, it may be argued that the inscription stating, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one," is evidence that the Golden Rule is very real. But that is logically unsound, for we cannot assume the writers knew any more than we did. That this message was inscribed does not make it true, any more than if I were to inscribe DiJaDi the Younger is a god. Second, it may be argued that the statues in this place are evidence that the Golden Rule is real. You need not remind me of that. It was I who discovered them all around the city. It was I who collected them, placed them in a handcart, and placed them in the niches in which they sit today. I will not soon forget them, and yet I refuse to leap to the conclusion that they were once real people. There's simply no evidence to support that conclusion. When we read the story of Venus bringing Pygmalion sculpture Galatea to life, we do not believe it is true. Why should we take a different view here? But ultimately, these arguments are just that, years of living in fear. There is only one way for me to prove that the Golden Rule is a falsehood, and that is through action. Friends, I apologize in advance for this, but one day you will see this moment as a turning point in our city's history. Let us see, once and for all, if the Golden Rule is real, as I strike one of you with my fist. It seems, pretty violent. I don't necessarily know that punching somebody would violate the Golden Rule. Like, maybe. Ulpius killed Scintilla, what? What? Who wrote that? What? True, only one way to find out, yes.
Salve, Dooley. How are you doing today?
I'm sad. Am I going to die in here?
I don't think so, my friend. It's election day today. Perhaps our new magistrate will be kinder than Sentius and let you out.
Wait,
Hope so. Galerius, what happens when you die?
You're not going to die anytime soon, Dooley.
My mother told me when you die, a ferryman helps you cross a river and your spirit lives on in the underworld. Is that true?
Well, yes, but
Is it true that if you were good, you get to go to Elysium, but if you were bad, you get punished forever and ever in Tartarus?
something like that, but
If I die and go to Tartarus, because they say I've been...
I forget what this guy did.
I'm not going to let that happen to you, Dooley. I
He's
promise.
Thank you, Galerius.
got memory problems.
Thank you.
Now,
And his friend
I have
died in
more
a
work
sewer.
to do, but I'll visit you again soon, all right?
All right, Galerius. See you then.
Ah, it's you again. Hope you're settling in, friend. Now, what's on your mind?
What do you think
I
about
can't
the
say
election?
I could vote for either candidate. I don't like Sentius much, but Malleolus is almost as bad. Even I could do a better job. Me, a farmer. And I've never given a speech or put on a toga in my life. All right, see you around.
Hello?
I could go into a spiel there, but I won't. Not this time. Maybe next week.
Help! You have to do something! A man arrived in the baths. A real nasty sort, with his face all covered up. And he's got a weapon. You have to do
I wonder
something.
if she has
He's gonna
information.
break the golden rule.
I don't think I've ever talked to her about stuff.
Are you serious? This is an emergency. Are you going to help or not?
I'll get right on it.
Thank you. He's still in there. Somewhere. I have to hide. Find me in this empty shrine when it's over.
Do not go in there.
What? Why?
I have a bad feeling about it.
All right, fine. Come and find me in my bakery instead. Please be careful.
We'll see why in a second. Okay, we've got a lot of different potential suspects. Oh, shoot. So Ulpius is also enslaved. So I need to save him. Before he does a similar, before he enacts a similar plan.
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus, otherwise known as Quinctius. Do you know where he is?
We should probably refresh ourselves on who this is. I don't know Quinctius.
I'm not sure I believe that, so allow me to explain something to you. I am here with orders from Emperor Nero himself.
Oh, is he
to
a Christian
find
too?
and execute the cultist Quinctius.
Interesting.
For terrible crimes against the Empire. So, if you tell me the truth, I will allow you to live. But if you lie to me or otherwise obstruct the Emperor's business in any way, I will put this arrow through your chest. Is that understood? Thank you. Now tell me, who are you people, and what is this place?
Why didn't you put that bow down?
Oh, how very welcoming of you. You want me to let my guard down, is that it? You're not going to get your claws into me. I was told Quinctius was a cultist, but I never thought he'd be foolish enough to lead me right to the heart of his mystery cult. Oh, don't play coy with me. I don't care if you're worshipping Bacchus, Magna Mater, or Christ. You lot are all the same to me. Always sneaking off to your secret sanctuaries, indoctrinating each other with your little mantras. The Emperor may have tolerated your activities up until now, but after what Quinctius did, those days
do
are
again?
numbered. You say that, but if you're not a cult, then why go to such great lengths to keep this place a secret?
I'm still looking for a way out.
So you admit you're not allowed to leave.
We can leave if we
You're
want.
a terrible liar, so none of you are allowed to leave. Fascinating. That sounds an awful lot like a cult to me. And I saw the inscription saying, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." I take it this is some kind of mantra you all believe?
No.
Another lie. So you really do believe
Wow.
that?
Anything we say, he's just like,
You've clearly been indoctrinated into this nonsense. Now tell me, where did you lot get enough gold to make all these statues?
they were once people who were turned to
You
gold.
lot are practicing
Human sacrifice. Oh my gosh.
too. You people disgust me.
A god did it, and we don't know which one.
Of course you'd say that, but that's what your kind do, isn't it? Our god told us to do it. It's all clear.
What's
to
up,
me
Johnny?
now. The secret
This is
sanctuary,
the Forgotten City.
indoctrination,
Fantastic
the
game.
mantra, the human sacrifice. You're cultists. There's no doubt in my mind. What baffles me is how a person can believe in something with such zeal. They just can't see what they've become. However, you still have a chance to redeem yourself by telling me where Quinctius is. Do not waste it.
What can you tell me about Quinctius?
Very well. Here's what I know. He's a 40 to 50-year-old man with distinctive eyes, one green and one blue. He's also known to have delusions of grandeur. The Emperor says he and his cult, your cult, are responsible for starting the fire which burnt half of Rome to the ground and killed thousands in the process.
Yeah. That hardly means he did it.
Who are you to challenge what the Emperor says? Were you there? Do you have spies and scouts all over Rome like he does? No, you do not. This is your last chance. Are you going to tell me where he is or not?
Actually, I do know where he is.
Suddenly it's all coming back to you, is it?
He's in a shrine.
For your service to the Empire, I'll let you live for now, but you'd best make sure our paths don't cross again.
Oh my gosh, they got me. I hate this.
Filthy, lying degenerates!
Oof, that looks like it hurt, buddy. We're gonna take that. Yeah, he's dead. He had 1 coin on him, too. We told him to go into a building that we knew was gonna collapse, so yes, kind of. So, interestingly, everyone who ended up here or most of them, anyone who can remember the details anyway, met a stranger after falling into a river, and the stranger asked for a coin from them, or asked if they had a coin. And they did. And then they ended up here. So maybe we are all members of some kind of guild. Guild of Death. How have I not turned this to gold yet? Hello. Oh. That's not my golden bow. Whoops. I think he already jumped down. Blast. I missed him. I need to somehow... Can I shoot your bank account with that bow? Wait, no, there he is.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far?
Actually, I really need to talk to Ulfius.
Well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months.
No,
And
Octavia,
if you ever...
shut up.
I believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No.
No.
No, 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 no. What? Ulpius, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us.
Don't do it,
We're all in
Octavia.
this together, Ulpius. Please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him.
Good luck with that. I'm out of here.
Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
I've come to talk with you again.
Is this what Scintilla would
You
want?
know about that? How is that possible? I mean, I've never mentioned it to anyone. Well, if you say so.
You'd never
You
believe
don't
me if...
understand. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want it all to be over.
Maybe I can help solve your problem.
It's too late for that. Yulia and I made a pact.
No, she's okay. I
She's
saved
already
her.
Swallowed hemlock this morning. If I backed out now, I'd be betraying her. I can't do that.
Okay, we need to give the details. Because he's not going to believe me if I just say, oh, I saved her life.
Oh, really? That changes things a little. But we're still in debt bondage to that monster. Unless you happen to have
2,000
2,000 denarii to pay off both of our debts.
Wait, why do you need 2,000?
Yulia and I are in debt bondage to Malleolus. We might as well be slaves. And that's how
Like,
much it'll
technically,
take to
yes, I
buy
do.
our
But
freedom
do I
back.
really want to spend it on you? I mean, how did you guys get yourself into so much debt? Did you DoorDash?
Oh, so it's my fault.
No.
Is that it?
Wait. No.
You know what? Forget it. I am out.
I'm
Wherever you
out?
are,
Really?
Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no!
I did not think he'd react that way, okay.
I can't believe he went through with it. Oh Lord. That poor lamb.
What happens now?
I'll have to let everyone know what happened. And I guess Malleolus will have to clean up the mess in his villa. It's of his own making, after all. And I'd best pray
I mean,
for
to be
poor
fair,
Ulpius.
he landed in a pool.
I hope you're coping.
I hope you're coping. What's your story?
Here, in this place, the magistrate has me earning my keep by cleaning and pruning the gardens. It's not quite how I expected my life to go. I used to live in a lovely villa on the banks of the Tiber. I was even betrothed to a handsome young man from a prominent family. But long hours of menial labor for the good of the community has its own charms too, I suppose.
How did you end up here?
Oh, much the same way as many of the others. When the fires came to Rome 7 months ago, my family and I fled for the Tiber, hoping to escape.
Yeah, he kind of
the
just
march.
went over.
We were among the fortunate
water.
ones with enough coins for passage, but unfortunately, there were a lot of desperate people.
Don't
They
worry, we're
boarded
about to
before
follow
we
him.
could depart. A scuffle broke out, and I was pushed overboard. The last thing I remember was the water, rising up to hit my cheekbone. I woke up by the river, near that shrine, and stumbled across this place.
I'm sorry to hear that. Like, what? Fair enough. Let's talk about something
If
else.
you like.
You know a way out of here?
I'm afraid not. Although I did once hear someone gossiping down at Aurelia's tavern about a possible way out. I don't put a lot of stock in such rumors, but if you're desperate and wealthy, you could look into it, I suppose. If that doesn't work, then I suppose we're all stuck here until the gods decide our fate.
Thanks, but it's definitely a scam.
Oh, I see. Well, that doesn't surprise me. I'm sorry I even suggested it.
I wonder
I won't make that mistake.
I wonder if she was involved in this. That's like jumping to a conclusion that I have no evidence to support. What do you think about the golden rule?
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. I think about those words a lot. I'd like to think that if we all love our neighbours as ourselves and do to them as we'd have them do to us, then we'll all be fine. But on the other hand, I was always taught the intent of man's heart is evil from his youth, and that all of us are born with a tendency towards sin. And that's where I get stuck. Is it true? Are we born with a tendency towards sin?
Some of them do. Some of them don't. I think they all know of Jesus. This is a hard question.
You don't think that's a little naive? I suppose you've never seen what I've seen. Innocent men and women, torn apart in arenas while thousands of Romans look on and cheer.
Fair point. Perhaps you're right.
If that's true, then sooner or later, things are going to end badly for all of us down here. Unless, of course, there's some kind of divine intervention.
We're trying to stop there from being, oh, there's gonna be some intervention, alright.
I wish I shared your faith.
So you're a Christian?
Please keep that to yourself. I know you're not from around here, but things are very difficult for us right now. There was a terrible fire in Rome last year, and our emperor decided to make us his scapegoats. There were
their emperor
executions. It was
stopped
horrible.
them from talking about the vaccine on Twitter.
Oh, thank you.
That might be a
You have
little
no
bit
idea
much.
how much I appreciate that. Oh, so soon? Well, be gentle on yourself. We're all dealing with a tragic loss today.
Okay, well, that was fun. Bye, Octavia.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. Magistrate, yes. Thank you. I'm delighted. And now, I make this...
Yeah, basically. Death is preferable. Well, and then he died in it, so I mean, like, you know, which would make you not want to use a pool more? Like urine or like someone's dead body?
Because the tyrant Sentius told you it was forbidden. Yes. Remember my first act. My first act as magistrate,
Did you just leap into my villa from the balcony 100 feet above? That was either extremely reckless
He asked
or
the
impressively clever.
deep questions here.
Well, why have you risked life and limb to see me?
Watch out for the warm spot. Also, watch out for the body. Alright, so you're Quintius.
My name is Marcus Malleolus.
That's a name
Curtis.
I've not heard in quite
That
some
confused
time.
me with someone else.
You have one green eye and one blue eye, just like the description in this execution order from Emperor Nero.
You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having different colored eyes. And I'm hardly the only person with the condition. Alexander the Great had it too, as it happens. I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural-born ruler. Nothing more.
Apparently, Pinkius also suffers from delusions of grandeur.
Well, I am not suffering from any delusions, as today's election will firmly establish.
Can't prove it's you yet, but I will.
Unlikely, because it simply isn't true. Now, was there something else you wanted?
You know anything about Scintilla's disappearance?
Of course not. But as I always say,
I suspect that
if
he
Sentius
does.
can't protect his daughter, how can we trust him to protect this city?
What aren't you telling me?
Look, if you're trying to find her, you may wish to check the cisterns beneath this villa. Domitius says...
We haven't checked those
saw
cisterns, but
a
I
body
think we
there
know
some
who the
weeks
body
back.
belongs to.
Of course, just to be clear, I take no responsibility for what happens to you down there.
You know a way out of...
I'm afraid not. We're stuck down here together, for better or worse. We're all going to have to make the best of it. I trust you can see yourself out. Through the door this time? There's a key.
There's a
just
key?
beside it.
What? So last time we made him angry, and we never got that piece of information, and we never noticed a key hanging right here.
Deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate.
Does this key go other
I
places?
make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. And now,
Oh my gosh, it does. Stranger. Hello?
I'm not supposed to be in here.
Oh. I know. Where do you keep your valuables? What? Can we talk?
Talk. What
Why is she
business
so
could you
sad?
possibly have with me?
Why are you locked in this room?
My marital affairs are no concern of yours. Thank you very much.
What's your story?
I think a better question is, why am I being interrogated by a stranger who just barged into my villa? I have quite enough marriage trouble already, without having to explain to my husband why I am receiving strange men in private.
Do you know anything about Scintilla's
The
disappearance?
dainty little thing from next door. Of course not. As much as I despise
Nobody
her
knows
father, I'll
anything.
never lay a finger on that poor, sweet child.
How would you like some help getting back at Malleolus?
An intriguing proposition. Go on.
Man, knoweth no... wrath
Perhaps you're not
like
as
a
silly as
woman's
those
fury,
clothes make
right?
you look. What makes you say that?
That's how that goes.
You know, I may have the
No
very
fury like a
thing
woman's
you're
wrath?
looking
I don't
for.
know. It's something like that.
Some time ago, when he still cared for me, he wrote me a love
What?
letter. Only, he used the wrong name. Now, addressing one's wife by the wrong name is not unheard of among philandering Romans. But in this case, the name he got wrong
There we go.
was his own. I confronted him about it, and he stammered through some incoherent response.
Heck half no fury.
I let it go, eventually, and yet questions have lingered in the back of my mind ever since. But wait a minute.
I should have remembered the Scorn part,
Why
considering that we're
exactly are
playing
you
Scorn on
helping
Sunday.
me?
I just hate to see such a beautiful woman treated so poorly. I'd rather not say.
Look, if you're not prepared
Oof.
to reveal your motives, I
That's the wrong thing to
can't
say.
help you.
Let's be honest and see where it gets us.
To withdraw. Listen, I may not be Penelope to his Ulysses, but to ruin his plans
Okay, so
to
flattery
become a
was the correct
magistrate,
answer here.
You must think me quite mad. I've heard enough. Get out of here at once.
Domitius, come quickly. We're being robbed.
Right. Yes. Yeah. That much I didn't know. Oh, we stole a lot of
many
stuff
shall suffer
that we should not
for
have
the sins
stolen.
of the one.
Uh-oh. We stole like 2,000 denarii. That's not great. I can't tell if we run faster. Sentius, I appreciate your sacrifice. I can't tell if we run faster without a bow equipped. We're extremely rich now, though.
Salve, friend.
So that's cool.
Mind telling me who you are and what you're doing with that bow on your back?
Hi, I'm Detective DiJaDi, and I need you to take care of some things urgently.
Oh, sounds serious. I'm listening.
Julia's dying, but Lucretia can't help her without the Sylphium. Take some of it and go, quickly.
Julia? Oh no. All right, I can do that.
Rufius is becoming very agitated. Give him some willow bark.
Poor guy. My uncle was a victim at rheumatism's altar, and he ended up killing himself. All right, got it.
And stop Fabia from dying in the empty shrine. And tell the assassin to go in there instead.
All right, let me see. Stop Fabia going in, but send the new arrival to the empty shrine. Understood. I'll go, but once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how you know all of this.
Okay, so we need to... go up there and convince what's-his-name to not jump off. Because he has information that we need. Probably. I think we need to... Ulpius. Ulpius is his name. Probably calling him what's-his-name probably won't help our persuasive tactics. What's up, gamers? How you doing? Okay. I think I saw you streaming a little bit ago. Maybe? Possibly? Or was that yesterday, maybe? I don't know. Time is a river. You'll follow. Little gamers. We now have a regular bow and a gold bow. Okay, yeah, it was earlier today. Okay, awesome. That makes me feel better. Or at least slightly less crazy. That was D&D, right? I saw this awesome interview with, oh, I'm gonna forget her name.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far?
Deborah Ann Wool. There we go.
All right. Well, it was lovely to
Who's
meet
like
you.
in Daredevil
I look forward
as
to
the
getting to know you
lawyer.
better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
And she was being interviewed by John Bernthal on
Oh, P.S., what are you doing?
his podcast.
Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
And she started talking D&D, and he kind of started to check out a little bit.
Why do you think?
And
I'm
just
stuck
like
for
wasn't
the rest
really
of my
engaged.
life, working
And
for
she
a
was
man
like,
who treats me like
how about we play
animal?
right now? And just like invented a scenario on a spot or whatever. A very simple one, right?
We're all in this together.
And then had him take an action.
Please,
And then did a roll for him, basically.
it could be the sin that seals all of
And
our...
this, like, the way that his eyes lit up and he's like
sorry, but I
really
just
into
don't
it was
care
really
anymore.
cool. It's just like,
Please,
I think D&D is not for everyone, but I think also,
through with it, it
like,
could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do.
the way you communicate
I've
it
never had to
matters a
deal
lot
with this
too.
Sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him.
All right, I'll talk to him.
Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
That is true. Yes. Some people do think it's witchcraft. Is this what Scintilla would
You
want?
know about that? How is that possible? I mean,
he's
never
about to
mentioned it
jump. I
anyone.
don't know that a Spartan kick would, like, really, like, help.
Well,
this.
if you say so. You don't understand. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want it all to be over. It's too late for that. Yulia and I made a pact.
Turn him into gold? I mean, I guess he
Swallowed
couldn't
hemlock
jump
this
then.
morning. If I backed out now, I'd be betraying her. I can't do that.
It's not the fall that kills you.
Oh, really? That changes things a little. But we're still in debt bondage to that monster. Unless
I think
you
we
happen
lie and
to
say,
have
like,
2,000
yeah,
denarii to pay
well,
off
I mean, we
both of
just
our
stole
debts.
2,000 denarii.
Really? Wait. So, I guess you'd want me to work for you then?
No, you'd be free.
You'd do that for us? A couple of complete strangers?
If I have to.
It seems today we're both blessed. This did not turn out how I thought. Thank you, friend. I never thought people like you existed.
We have to give him the money? Oof.
Thank you. I'll go and pay off our debts immediately. I just wish there was some way I could repay you. But I have nothing but the tunic on my back.
You could tell me about your relationship with Scintilla. Yes, she's been missing.
And there it is.
Oh, please. I just gave you 2,000 denarii, and I'm asking for a
Alright.
little information.
Scintilla and I were in love. And then, 22 days ago, She went missing.
Let's start from the beginning.
All right. One night a few months ago, when I was cleaning Malleolus's villa, I heard a young woman singing. It was the most beautiful thing I had ever heard. I wasn't allowed out, so once everyone else was asleep, I climbed up the inside of the villa and onto the roof, just to see where that sound was coming from. And that's when I saw her. Standing in the garden of the magistrate's villa, I just sat there on the roof, listening to her.
That reminds
with
me
my
of that
chin
one
on
Fast
my
and
knees.
Furious movie. What is that, Fast 6,
And
Fast
for
7?
the first time in a long time, I felt hopeful. And then she looked up and saw me, and she smiled. I knew at that moment the fates had brought me to
Where
her.
they buy the
And from
cars, but
moment
then
she
also
asked my
get
name
the
with this warmth and curiosity,
car salesman to
I
give
knew
them his
I'd
watch
have
and
done
his clothes
anything
too. Like,
for
what the
her.
heck?
And so for weeks on end, each night I'd climb out of the villa and into her father's
Sparta
garden.
kicks are
We'd
usually a
hold
good option.
hands and talk about all the things we'd do once we
It
got
was
out
Fast
of here.
6, okay, that's what I thought, yeah.
Like having our own vineyard. And then one morning I woke up and everyone was out searching for her.
Something happened.
They said
Something
she'd
happened
vanished
here.
in the night. All I could do was keep my head down and try
She
to
was
hide
about
how
to try
beside
to
myself I
escape
was.
and have a life with this
Scintilla was
guy.
the one thing that
And then
made
she
my life
just
bearable.
disappeared? That's suspicious.
But with her gone, things unraveled quickly. You saw how bad it got.
I think you'd hiding something. Is it possible she escaped?
All I know is she loved me. And if she had known a way out, she would have told me. She'd never have taken her own life. And there's no way anybody could have killed her under the Golden Rule. I can't prove it, but I just know she's still alive somehow. Even now, it's as if I can hear her voice in my head, crying out to me.
Do it!
That can only mean
Oh
one
my
thing.
gosh, the timing of that!
Somebody abducted her. I have no idea how
What?
or who would want to do something like that to such a sweet, lovely girl. But what else could have happened? My guess? Malleolus had something to do with it.
Please do.
He is without doubt the most evil man I have ever known. I have no idea where he'd be keeping her, but there is one room in his villa, upstairs.
We already know
which
who's
is
in there, though, and
always
it's
locked.
not her.
I've never seen the inside of it, and I haven't been able to steal a key without breaking the Golden Rule. But I have a feeling that if you could get in there somehow, it would shed light on a great many things.
There's no proof of
Oh,
Scintilla there.
I see. That was the only idea I had. I'll give it some more thought. Come and find me a little later. I'll go and take care of things with Malleolus and tell Yulia the good news. Thanks again, friend. I'll never forget what you did for us.
Jeez. He ran so fast. So we should not jump down there, because we will die. I want to see this thing on. That really is perfect. My gosh. We have not died a single. Well, okay, that's not true. I think we've died once. I guess there are save games here. I guarantee this won't work, though. Just for you, gamers. No, I'm 100% sure, though. This isn't for science. If you know something to be true, then it's not for science that you're...
Thank you. Thank you.
There we go. Okay. Placed one. How can we pass this test if we don't know the rules? We need 4? That seems like a lot. Oh, we could have just gone from there down to there. Actually, there's gotta be a better way to take. There's probably stairs on the other side. 4 ambassadors? Yes. Dollars? No. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to find $4 too, okay?
I hope you're taking care of yourself.
What is this? It's locked. Interesting.
Be careful who you trust. Sorry, I'm still a bit out of it. Galerius just saved my life. Was there something you wanted?
No.
Lucretia said
I
I'm
saved you.
supposed
Well,
to rest.
I mean...
No. I did hear from Ulpius that she disappeared. It's very sad. She was such a lovely young woman. But I'd been locked in Malleolus's villa for months before she went missing, so I can't help you, I'm afraid.
Fair enough. You no way out of
If
here.
that's your idea of a joke, it's
Jeez.
not funny. Go away.
As far as you know... What do you mean weird games like this? This is great. We're stuck in this Roman city where if one person sins, everyone dies. And we need to prevent the one person from sinning before everyone dies. Oh, also, we're from the future. There's nothing weird about that. Everyone would die. Yeah. Well. You're the one who sins. The one who knocks. really don't know where I'm gonna find all the rest of these shrines. While we're up here, we should probably talk to that baker who almost died by going into the... I keep on calling them shrines, but they're plaques. But I need to talk to that baker. Shrine may collapse at any moment. I did not do it dueling. This is a, like, highly reviewed game. What did this get? An 85? If that Bible game got an 85, I would be very, very shocked. They may not see you yet, but I want you to know I see you. You really want to be responsible for the sin that destroys us all. I know who you are and what you want. Turn away from this path before we all suffer. If I had to guess, I would say that that would be insane. People would not react well to that. A Bible game where you play as Jesus, but one of the enemies, he doesn't die? That would be wild. I feel like Ubisoft would be more likely to make that, though.
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step.
Any idea where I'd find a Roman plaque?
No idea what you're talking about.
Come on, I helped treat your rheumatism.
What? That was Galerius, not you.
Where do you think you got the willow bark?
Oh, he got that from you? I guess you did help me then. Huh. I think I have seen that plaque. Sorry I lied. Can't be too careful these days. Head into the caves behind the theater.
Turn right and then right again.
Oh, and he
has a key for us. What the heck?
Key.
Also, I think I may have... Okay, maybe not.
Didn't get that from me.
Got it, thanks. That was super nice of him.
See you around.
But I feel like maybe, possibly, he's talking about the shrine we already found. I'm not 100% though. Okay.
Oh, shiny. Salve and welcome. Need something?
Hey, Fabia. What's your story?
Oh, there's not much to tell. I mostly just bake bread and try to help out where I can.
How did you end up here?
I suppose it all started about 8 months ago. I was living in Rome with my family when I got sick. Terrible timing. My pa had just arranged a husband for me, a fisherman's son.
So all these people ended up here at different times, but they all were affected by the fire that caused them to go to the river, where they fell in.
They decided I'd do better outside the city. Clean air in the countryside would do me good.
And then met a stranger who asked about them having a coin.
I was getting worse. not better. I remember closing my eyes for a bit, and I guess I must have fell asleep, because when I opened them again, I was in a forest by a river. I suppose the driver took off with his fee and left me for dead. Can't say I blame him. I wouldn't have wanted to catch what I had either. Anyway, I went searching for help. Stumbled across the trapdoor.
Wait, you didn't meet a stranger? Interesting.
Here I am.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's nice of you to say, but you should save your sympathy. Lots of people here need it more than I do.
Any idea who's threatening Virgil?
Terrible shame, that is. Maybe this'll help.
If I had to guess, I would say
was
it's
cleaning my
Octavia,
oven
the Christian
when I heard
gal.
some noises outside. The forum's usually dead quiet at that hour, so I came out to see what was going on. To be honest, I thought maybe poor old Dooley had got out of his cell and was snooping around again. So I put my head out
Maybe
and
we're
saw
the
someone in
stranger.
front
Yeah,
of
maybe.
Virgil's shop. I couldn't tell who. It was too dark. I called out to them, but they just turned and ran off without a word. All I remember is they ran past a lit torch, and the light glinted off something metallic. Armor, I think.
Armor.
So I suppose it could only be one of three people.
Interesting.
Horatius, Domitius, or Rufus.
Interesting.
I hope that helps.
Very interesting. Thanks, that does help.
All right. Thanks again for taking care of our problem. I won't forget.
Although, I've been watching a lot of Columbo. And if there's one thing I've learned from Columbo, people always try to be more clever than they should when perpetrating a crime. So it's not completely out of the realm of possibility that Octavia stole someone's armor, doubling her risk, but also doubling her, I don't know, her deception? Yeah.
Hello? Hello? Have we met before?
Let's talk about your
My
treasure.
friend Hannibal used to look after me. He said he always would. But then...
Oh, this guy almost stole,
died.
I think. And that's why he's
It was
in
very
here.
sad.
Because he has, like,
He said,
he doesn't
if anything
understand.
ever happened to him, I had to find something very precious hidden away. He gave me this key and made me promise to keep it safe until I found the treasure. But I couldn't find him. All I remember is he said something about the cisterns.
Oh my gosh, do you have
But
the
when I
key
went
to the
up
high
the
cistern?
high one, they put me in here. Now nobody looks after me. Except my friend Galerius. And Ek, the priestess lady. She's a nice
Something
lady.
seems off about the priestess lady.
Hannibal said I shouldn't give it to anyone I didn't trust. But maybe you could help me get out of here. Then I would trust you a lot. Galerius already tried that. He said the magistrate wouldn't listen, no matter what.
Maybe I'll just break you
What
out.
about the rules? I don't want everyone to get in trouble because I was bad.
Then maybe it's time we had a new magistrate.
Galerius?
Wait, what?
He's nice. I like Galerius. He made me
What?
a doll and everything. If you help make him magistrate, he can get
This
me
is
out of
wild.
here. and I can give you the key to my treasure. Hannibal said it was in the cisterns. I can't remember what it was, just that it was way up high and very precious.
I'll see what I can do.
Bye-bye.
So now we need to get Galerius to run for office and then campaign manage him. Just to get this key. Interesting. I think this is the same plaque that we already found. Maybe not. Oh, I did this on stream. That's my notes that I found so far. Nope, that just let us back up. Hang on. Note from Livia. The place is called Accursed. Here, Tychios offers up his innards to be torn, stretched over 9 fields. You, Tantalus, cannot catch the drops of water, and a tree you grasp at eludes you. You, Sisyphus, attack or pursue the stone that always returns. Ixion turns and follows after himself and flees, and the 49 Bellides, who dared plot the destruction of their cousins, their husbands, fetch again with the incessant labor the water they have lost. Okie doke. Safe travels, buddy. We have so many bottles of wine, oh my gosh. We're rich in wine. Who knew? Who knew? Yeah, I feel like somebody's watching you. We have a lot of denarii. I like that. 5,036. Let's go. I would like to get there. I don't know how we get there. I feel like maybe at some point we can like create some kind of like magical thing. Okay, we're taking these. Hello. Magical goose eggs. Golden goose eggs. What? That seems incredibly valuable. There we go. Can't even eat them. True. But I feel like, you know, I mean, I feel like maybe you could sell them. Can we get that? Please let us get the Apple of Eden here. Glass. No, we can't. Your eyes just moved towards me. That wasn't creepy at all. Totally normal behavior. For golden statues. Oh, I feel like I should be able to get in here, but... Hang on, don't we have a kick button or something? Hang on. We were using some kind of button. We have a lot of leads. A poem by Galerius. I do wonder if this love poem by Galerius is for Scintilla.
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his
Feel like it might be.
braying.
Livia, would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you?
Oh.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
We're gonna steal that. This guy is like Doctor Stranging it. Dormammu, I've come to bargain. Okay, we did not get a chance to read that diary, so hang on. Here we go. Dear Diary, today I'm celebrating. I made the easiest 1,000 denarii I've ever made by selling a way out to a desperate fool. Of course, it may not have been the way out she was hoping for, but hemlock still counts. That'll teach her for insulting my hair. And since it didn't break the golden rule, I may have to try this again sometime. Dear Diary, it worked again. I'm now another 1,000 denarii reacher, thanks to Ulpius and his desperation to escape. Of course, there's very little to spend money on here, but just having it gives me a little thrill. For a brief moment at least. Dear Diary, finally, I have something to spend my money on. Malleolus is running for magistrate in the election tomorrow, and he's promised that for a sufficient tribute, I'll be able to move into old Sentius's villa once it's vacated. How he plans to achieve that, he wouldn't say, but still, I'd better make sure he wins. That was the everybody dying part
Salve, friend.
there.
Mind telling me who you are and what
That's
you're
what
doing
was
with
happening.
that bow on your back?
Howdy, I'm Detective DiJaDi, and I need you to take care of some things.
Oh, sounds serious. I'm listening.
Ulia's dying,
Yulia?
so go save her.
No. All right, I can do that.
Rufius is like getting really angry.
Poor guy. My
Pain is
uncle
a
was
terrible
victim of
motivator.
rheumatism's altar, and he ended up killing himself. All right, got it.
Fabia is like about to like go
Alright, let me
into
see.
a
Stop
dangerously
Fabia going in
collapsing
and send a
shrine,
new arrival to the Emperor's
so
shrine.
send somebody else
Understood.
there instead. And Ulpius is not having a great time, so
But how did you... All right, of course. I'll make sure this gets to him. I'll go, but once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how you know all of this.
I have a problem. I need to make sure that every run through I steal from Malleolus. Because it costs me 2,000 every time. No, we're not stealing money. Jeez.
Cerberus lifts his dribble head and lets out his threefold braying.
They're gonna argue.
Livia,
Yeah.
would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their trades, imitating their previous lives.
We've already been down there. We should probably grab these golden goose eggs, though, while we're here. Then we can build a nest. How do we get to that? I feel like we need to. There we go. I guess I don't necessarily need to rob Malleolus every time. Malleolus. Yeah, Malleolus. That's how you pronounce it. I had it right. I just need to make sure that,
Welcome. Feeling all right? That's a shame. Thanks again for saving Yulia's life. Apollo smiles upon you.
Yulia!
Who was that?
I'm so glad you didn't
Oh.
go through with it.
It wasn't for lack of trying. And now Malleolus is going to... Wait. Why do you look so happy?
We're free. Malleolus just released us and we never have to set foot in that villa again.
What? How?
Galerius arranged it somehow.
Really? That's... incredible. Oh, what a relief. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. Just rest up, get your strength back, and we'll celebrate properly when you're ready.
I will. Thank you, Ulpius. I will.
Interesting.
Shalom, friend.
Shalom. Wait, where are you going? I was literally talking to you.
Shalom.
Hello?
Shalom. Scintilla and I were in love. And then...
What did you do to her?
nothing. And this is exactly... Alright. I wasn't allowed, and that's when I saw... I just sat there, and then she looked, and from the moment, and so forth, we'd hold hand, and then one morning I woke up, all I could do was... All I know, she'd never... I can't... Somebody... My guess? I have no... I've never seen the but I have a Really? I feel like I've looked everywhere. At least everywhere.
There's two
I could
places
get to.
you've never been able to reach. Okay.
There are still two places I've never been able to reach. First, the palace. If Navia managed to get in, then I suppose Scintilla
Interesting.
could have too.
I feel like I've been
the
in that
only other
palace.
place you could be is somewhere in the cistern network. I remember hearing that Dooley had been poking around in the upper cistern before he was locked up. So you could ask him about it, I suppose. I feel like I've looked everywhere. At least first, the pallet. The only I remember. All right, friend. Thanks for the chat.
We've done so many things out of order, but so far it's working okay.
Citizen. Name's Rufius.
I feel like it's not Rufius. I feel like Rufius is a red herring.
No idea what you're talking about?
I feel like maybe this is crazy. I just met you. This is crazy. But are you threatening Virgil?
What is it, citizen?
Please tell me maybe.
What? Absolutely not. I know someone's been threatening him, and I'm not happy about it. But I can assure you, it isn't me.
I know it was you.
You know nothing.
Jon Snow.
All right?
One of these people is lying.
Malleolus isn't receiving visitors at the moment, it being election day. Do I seem like anonymous threats are my style?
I know it was you.
You don't know Sturkus.
Interesting.
Whatever.
Honestly, no. Anonymous threats do not seem his style.
Citizen. Ah, you again.
Yeah, I'm also here to, like, accuse you
No
again.
idea what you're talking about?
Who you trust.
Yeah? Prove it.
Interesting.
See you around.
Wait, I think there's some money down here. Not a lot, but hey, we'll take it.
Sorry, I'm still a bit out of it. Galeria, was there something... Our priestess at Quatia once told me it's the god's way of creating a city without... But if that's the case, then whichever god is responsible for it didn't think it through. I mean, all it really does is make bad people better at hiding their sins, and good people too frightened to stand up for themselves. I've seen Malleolus, Claudia, and Domitius make grown men cry. Romans. They don't cry easily. They've never physically hurt anyone. But the point is, they don't have to. They've got people running scared because everyone knows Malleolus is the favorite to win today's election.
Can I help?
I doubt it. I mean...
I
the
actually feel
election
like
is
Sentius
today,
is probably not a
and
bad
you've
leader.
only just arrived. I just don't think there's enough time for you to do anything.
His willingness to, like, sacrifice his own life for his people is actually... It does speak volumes, and he does have the experience. And he seems respected enough.
I suppose we will.
He's just old.
No. I did hear from old, but I'd... All right.
That was fun.
Hey, you're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
I know about your creature, don't worry
Well,
about me.
It's your funeral.
Let's maybe save. Should we save? Yeah, I feel like we should save. I don't like this murky water here. Well, that does not seem like a good sign. I don't know, should we jump in the water? I feel like that's a really bad idea. Nothing happened. That was only slightly anticlimactic. Oh, that's good. 765 denarius there? Let's go. Mary. I've got a bad feeling that, like, that was her, actually. That she did die down there.
So you survived the cistern. Probably just a stroke of fortuna. Don't get
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
Let's check our leads real quick.
Oh, another one fresh out of the baths, I take it.
I forgot about how pleasant and
All weapons are to be tossed into
Fine.
the chasm. Magistrate's orders.
I feel like I've been through all three of their homes, but let's go through again. Maybe we triggered something. That's Galerius. We've got nothing there.
The 49 melodies fetch again with incessant labor. The one
That's Virgil.
they have lost.
That's Demetrius. So, yes, we very much doubt that he was the one. If I had to guess, I would say it would be this guy. But there's like no evidence whatsoever of Maybe it is Rufius. I mean, he did say prove it.
Ixion turns.
Which is a weird thing to say. Also, who lives in this little place? Oh my gosh, that scared me. What's up, Lee? How you doing? Good morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. we're not gonna steal Livia's money. Excuse me. We are gonna be heading to bed fairly shortly, I think. Steal, borrow, same thing. Yeah, except one gets everyone murdered. Because the whole plot of this game is like they're living under the golden rule.
The 49 melodies fetch again with incessant labor.
So if one person commits a sin, then everyone dies. Kabosh to Kabosh. I told Lucretia about the dreams I've been having, and she said it might help her to find their meaning if I wrote them down. It happened again last night. The man by the river was there, as always, his face shrouded in shadow from that peculiar ram headdress. Once again he introduced me himself as Curti, and told me he'd dragged me from the river. He seemed to smirk as he said his name, as if it meant something I could not understand. Indeed, the name rings a bell, but I cannot for the life of me remember where I heard it. I do not think I will sleep soundly again until I know who is... Oh my gosh. We are tired. An incomplete note. This is your final warning, Sinner. That's what we needed. It was Rufius. The one I suspected the least. Threatening someone, trying to tell them who they can and can't love.
A word they tell you.
Wait, what does that mean? What do you mean by that?
Shalom. You mean where am I from and all that? Judea, originally. But when I was a child, I moved to Rome with my family. Romanized my name and spent most of my life in the Jewish district of Trans-Tiberim, across the Tiber from the main city. That's where I was when the fires broke out. Everyone was running toward the river and I, listening to my
Wait, how did you end up dying?
Ran the other way. Every road leading out of Rome was in chaos, full of people with all their belongings in carts and brigands preying on them. Several hours down the Appian Way, I saw another Jewish family being attacked by 3 opportunists. So I picked up a branch from the side of the road and went to defend them. I can only assume they got the better of me because the next thing I knew, I was waking up in a forest, by a river not far from here, with no memory of how I got there. It's strange though, because I still had my purse on me. Why would a robber knock me unconscious and throw me in a river, but not take my coins?
Good question.
A lot of good it did me. And that family. I sometimes wonder what happened to them.
You know a way out.
I don't. But even if I did, I'm not going anywhere. I have unfinished business.
What do you think about the golden
Well,
rule?
neither of us have a couple of hours to stand around talking about theology, law, and collective punishment, so I guess you're looking for a pithy summary? You remind me of an old story from my people about Hillel the Elder. he was approached by a Gentile and asked to explain the entire Torah while he stood on one foot. Obliging, he replied, "What is hateful to you, do not do to another. That is the whole Torah. The rest is commentary. Go and learn." Of course, what I want to know is, what kind of a god sees a young woman abducted and does nothing about it? Not my god.
No.
That's for sure.
No. It's a, whatchamacallit. It's a fedora. There we go.
Maybe you don't. I feel it in my bones.
Thanks. It's my detective hat.
Sentius, I suppose. I'd have to be insane to vote for Malleolus after what he did to me. All right, friend. Thanks for the chat.
I wonder if we could bribe that bartender. Yes, I think Watson does in that, yes. I think he wears a bowler cap in... the old school Sherlock Holmes movies. And I think you're right. I think it's more of a fedora in Robert Downey Jr. stuff. I'm a huge fan of Detective Noir, which is like an era of like the 1950s, 60s, or whatever, or sometimes 40s even. Detective mysteries kind of stuff. It's like a little bit gritty, dark-edged. City is a jungle full of animals.
A fellow traveler from a faraway land.
That kind of commentary. And there's a lot of fedoras worn in that time period as well. So. Well, by the time I make it up there again, I'll have recommendations for some Detective Noir films or whatever.
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone?
I'll make that my homework.
Exactly
One of my
what's about to happen to
prerequisites
them?
for flying to Ireland again. I'm reliving the same day over and over.
You're toying with me, right? Wait, you're not kidding, are you? That's the only way you could have known. You're a bit like... oh, what was his name? Sisyphus. Yeah, that's the one. Old King Sisyphus.
Like Sisyphus? How so?
Sisyphus was a Greek king a long time ago. For daring to think he could outsmart the gods, he was given a terrible punishment. He was forced to push a great boulder up to the top of a hill. Only, just as it reached the top, it would roll all the way back down to the bottom, forcing him to start over and over and over again, for all eternity. Just like you. Actually, now that I think about it, there are a bunch of old stories about the gods punishing people by
Oh, really? I
making them do
didn't
the
know
same
that. That's super
futile
cool.
task over and over. Tantalus was made to grasp at fruit on a tree he could never quite reach. The Bellides had to keep fetching water in a sieve.
Wow, I pronounced that correctly. The
and
Bellides.
Ixion
Look
was
at that.
strapped to a wheel
Boom.
Going
Let's
round
go.
and round forever. But on the bright side, at least you're not stuck in the underworld like they all were.
yeah, at least there's that.
Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset to get yourself into this position, friend, but you seem all right to me. So, I'll tell you what. I'll keep doing whatever I can to help you. And you just focus on finding a way to break the cycle you're in.
I mean... Look. Thanks, Galeris.
Anytime, friend.
I don't think he's
Now,
good.
I'm going to keep your secret. Although, it's not as if I'll remember this next time we talk anyway, right? Oh, and
He's always...
if our conversations ever start to annoy you,
He's
just
already
tell me
shown
you're
some
busy.
darker
I
aspects.
know when I'm not wanted. May fortune smile on you, friend.
Also, though, hang on, buddy.
Salve again, my Sisyphean friend. Now, what's on your mind?
I'm gonna keep your secret. And then he just yells, "Hey, what's up, buddy who keeps on reliving the same day?
All
How you
right,
doing?"
friend.
Whatever. Jerk. There's Rufus. We need to confront him about threatening people. It's not okay.
Citizen? Ah, you again.
Yes, me again. Hi. How you doing?
No idea what you're talking about.
You're lying. I know it was you.
Look, I haven't been at my best lately.
That's your excuse?
I know that. It's the rheumatism. It starts with constant pain in all your joints. Then the pain starts to mess with your head. Makes you angry, mean. I know that's not an excuse for how I acted. But it's the truth. But with the willow bark, I'm already starting to feel like myself again.
Don't believe a word
I'll leave
they
him
tell
alone
you.
from now on. It's not as if I was ever going to hurt him anyway. I was just lashing out. I'm going to go and clean up the graffiti. Just forget this ever happened.
I mean, to be fair, when I'm in pain, I lash out too. Usually at myself, but still.
Sometimes I stare at the great temple on the bluff, and I think, whatever is in... a new face. Salve, and welcome to a little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me Virgil. I hear we have you to thank for saving Julia's life. I'm glad
Yes, I would
you
agree with
arrived when
that.
you did. What demon or spirit told you about that? You went snooping in his place? That was risky. We're lucky you didn't cross any lines. Have you spoken to him about it? Really? How did you manage that?
I found a treatment for his rheumatism.
Poor fellow. I've heard that can really mess with a person's head. Well done for figuring that out. Really? That's promising. I'll keep an eye out for him. Nice to talk to you.
Okay.
Citizen?
But yeah, I think that when we're feeling pain from an external source, that we tend to retreat inward, away from it. And when we feel pain from an internal source, then we tend to
On your best behavior, I trust?
act out. Not always, and not necessarily like everyone.
Oh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want?
But I think we've been essentially taught by the pain to get away from it, and that can be unhealthy.
Oh, you heard about her disappearance, I take it.
I found this pendant in a cistern.
Oh no.
That was
That's
her.
Centillus.
No.
The question is, what was it doing in the cistern?
Found it around the neck of a skeleton.
A skeleton? Oh gods. You mean she's...
Something doesn't seem quite right, though. That skeleton was just bones.
What do you mean?
Yes, exactly. Like, how could she have been reduced to skeleton after 3 weeks?
But didn't Domitius say there's some kind of creature down there that killed and ate Hannibal? Could it not have attacked her too?
Yeah, what if that skeleton was Hannibal's?
What are you saying? That somebody crept down there and put Centilla's amulet on another body to make us think she was dead? Why would anyone do such a thing?
Here's the question. Did she actually get abducted, or is she trying to evade everyone? Now, allegedly, she was in love with Ulpius. She would talk about, like, dreams with him. That doesn't sound like someone who's looking to, like, escape without telling anyone. She had a loving family. Her escape note was pretty dubious, let's say. And it doesn't seem like there's an easy way to escape. I do kind of think that she got abducted.
But who? Who could have a reason to do that?
I don't know who. This is like literally just a guess. Probably not Ulpius. Probably not Domitius. I don't think Sentius would, but I don't know. Horatius just seems too, like, cookie cutter. Like, just a standard character, which makes me suspect him. Or maybe her, Sentia. But she also seems genuinely upset.
That is an extremely serious accusation. I take it you have something to back it up. So this is just baseless speculation.
Yes, it is.
Then.
It actually
I've
is.
heard enough.
It
I won't have you
is
peddling
actually
scurrilous gossip
just
about my sister's tragic death. Kindly keep your insane conspiracy theories to yourself and leave me alone to
speculation.
Grieve. Barbarian.
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind. What now? What business is that of yours? Ah. I see. So, she's dead then?
What will you do now?
I'm just thinking of how I'm gonna tell her father. I suppose it'll have to be tomorrow. After all the turmoil of the election is out of the way. Thanks for letting me know. All right.
Feel like let's try to tell Sentius and see what happens. If we can find him.
On your best behavior, I trust?
There we go. Mr. Magistrate.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
I'm Detective DiJaDi.
A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you?
Merch coming soon.
We have? Wait, if I understand correctly, someone is about to break the golden rule, forcing me to create a portal in time to bring you here? I must have entrusted you with figuring out who the culprit is. Only, I assume we failed, and you had to start over. Is that about right? If so, what happened?
What merch? This merch. I couldn't stop it from being broken.
I see. Look, it's unfortunate, but all that matters now is that you make use of what you've learned and gathered, and do better next time. Now, I assume you sought me out again for a reason?
Anavdas, yes. The Feeling Jumpy shirt is my branding. Kind of works on like multiple levels. May I have the key to the upper cistern?
I think it's best if I hang on to it.
Why?
You mean to ask, why am I unwilling to trust a newly arrived non-citizen with access
You're
to
trusting
our
me
water
with
supply,
investigating
the lifeblood
what's
of this
killing
city?
your city.
I'm sorry, but that is simply out of the question.
You're hiding something.
Yes, our water supply. From you. I wasn't born yesterday.
This seems like an excuse.
Poisoning a city's water supply.
I'm
is the
beginning to
oldest
think
trick
that
in the
maybe
codex.
Sentius actually
Quite literally.
kidnapped his
Aeneas
own.
The tactician wrote a siegecraft manual
He's smart
for
enough for
military
it.
commanders some 300 years ago, recommending the poisoning or pollution of
He might have
cisterns.
kidnapped his own
And
daughter to
I'm
keep her
beginning
from
to
running
wonder
off.
If the culprit we're looking for might, after all this, be you. Perhaps it was a mistake on my part to place so much trust in you.
Fine, I'll let it go. Lie.
I'm glad to hear that. Now, was there something else? You mean Duilius? Releasing him is out of the question, I'm afraid. That man is a liability we simply cannot afford. Perhaps you're not aware he was caught multiple times, sneaking around in places he should not have been.
What exactly did he do?
Look, I can see where you're going with this. You think me cruel. I assure you, that is not the case. You may not be aware of this, but it was not so long ago, during the Republic. The law of the 12 Tables would have required that he be killed as soon as he was born, owing to his deformities. Here, we see to it that he has food, water, and shelter, and, most importantly, he is able to continue living. A privilege that would be taken away from all of us, were he to be released and commit the crime of trespass. The man has no self-discipline, poor comprehension of what is going on around him, and is an incorrigible rule-breaker. I will not jeopardize the lives of my people so that one man can go free. Now, was there something else?
I feel like there's two kinds of people. There's people who believe in something greater than themselves. And then there's people who believe that they're greater than everything else.
Of course. What is it? Well, if you stopped one person from breaking it and you're still here, then there must be someone else about to break it.
And if you can discern which a person is,
when I discovered the ritual to Proserpina, the instructions came with
and
a
what
warning about
motivates them,
paradoxes. The crux of it is this:
you can
if you do
usually
anything to
understand their
change the course
behavior
of
pretty
history
well.
in such a way that your very being here is impossible, you will have created a paradox. To illustrate, when the golden rule is broken, I will open the doorway that will bring you here to prevent it from being broken. If you manage to succeed in saving our lives, then I will have no reason to open the doorway, and you will never have come here. A paradox.
So, if his primary
The same thing
motivation
would
is
happen if you,
protecting
say,
this town,
inadvertently allowed me to die. If I can't summon you, then you can't
then
be here.
kidnapping his daughter probably
If either
would
of those
figure
things
into
were to
that
happen,
somehow.
I am given to understand you would be flung back
Which
to
means
your
that he
original time,
might think that
having
his
changed the
daughter
course of
trying to
history for
escape
us and
would
yourself.
cause
So the fact
for
that you are still here
everyone
means
in the
someone
town
is
to
going
die.
to break the golden rule, and there is yet work to do. Understand?
And I think that that's a relatively rational kind of argument.
Excellent. So, it looks like you'll have to continue your investigation. Now, was there anything else you wanted to ask?
It actually is, yes. I would agree.
Thank you. I'll be waiting
Are
here for
you
news.
fairly okay? Better than not okay.
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
Can I ask you some questions?
I beg your pardon?
Where everyone's secrets are? Yeah.
Oh my. That is quite a lot to take in. You'll have to give me a moment. Let's see. If that is indeed the case, I suppose we'd better figure out what to do about it, hadn't we? We don't have much to go on.
except the old stories. I remember 4 in particular about heroes in the underworld. Hercules, the demigod and son of Jupiter. Orpheus, a Thracian poet. Sisyphus, a king of Ephyra. And Aeneas,
A
Trojan
room where
hero.
everyone's secrets are.
Hercules was
That
able to
feels like
leave
that
the
would be
underworld because
dangerous.
he cowed its god with his strength. Sisyphus and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead. They persuaded the goddess of the underworld, Proserpina, to help them escape. And finally,
That better be a
Aeneas
very
was able
secure
to
room.
escape with the help of a spirit guide, who led him through a secret gate. So it seems you have 2 options: to confront the god of the underworld head-on, or find a way to escape with the help of Proserpina or some other guide. May Fortuna guide you.
Hello?
Oh, there's a plate behind you.
Hello?
Hi.
Have we...
With a 3-headed dog or
before?
something? That would make
My
sense.
name's Dooley. I live here now because I got in trouble and they said they had to lock me up.
Okay, so we need to get Dooley out of here because he has a key.
Hello? Have we met before? Bye-bye.
I feel like we already looked in the chest up there. My guess would be that Sentius keeps the key on his person, so he's not gonna give it to us. What's up, Farm? How you doing?
Isn't the
Hello?
great temple majestic?
That looked like so much fun. Though also exhausting. It does look exhausting, but... If you don't follow Farmer, please follow Farmer. He's one of my best friends. He's also just climbed a huge mountain for charity. Or, well, a big hill. I don't know. I don't know how big it was. It was a hike. It was a long hike. It was like many thousands of steps. As in, like, more than one.
Salve.
No, they're the same. They're the same, Leah. Yes, the elevation is definitely what catches you off guard for sure. Yes.
The 49 melodies fetch again with incessant.
It's not
ring.
necessarily the walking so
The
much
water
as
they
like
have lost.
being higher up and all that. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure that out.
Don't you just love springtime?
My guess would be there's one plaque in there, right? We got another. That leaves 2 plaques that we have not found. My guess would be that one would be in the upper cistern. I do kind of wonder if one is in the palace and we missed it. Or if we just haven't stumbled across it yet. Jeez, that got me. Deep in the caves behind the theater. Turn right at the first fork and again at the second. Mama.
So you survived.
We're gonna have a regular.
Probably just a stroke of fortuna. Don't get cocky.
I promise though, next time I will absolutely indulge something a little bit spicier. Chips Ahoy. An actual cookie. They are like the standard store-bought, like, chocolate chip cookies. So good. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Those come out September 9th. I have it on my calendar, okay? And Oreo flavored Coke Zero, too. It's so unhealthy. It was so made for me. We do share with anyone who can get past our customs agents.
Greetings and salutations.
The literal definition of gatekeeping, you could say. I mean, well, that's so curious. Why do they think Ulpius killed Scintilla? Hello. How you doing? 1,000 denarii. Nice to meet you. Oof. That hurt a little bit. No, I actually, so I think she is a very energetic and underestimated candidate when it comes down to it. She is also probably one of the most progressive candidates I think we've had. And there's a few policies that I have questions about, I would say. But I'm very much surprised. Let's say that. This is the Forgotten City, Farmer. On Game Pass. Of course. Like, I think this is where I think this is literally the place that they were talking about. In the caves.
Whatever's in that great temple up there on the bluff, I bet.
I don't like that guy.
Sisyphus, attack or pursue the stone that always returns.
This would be perfect for something. What's that? Oh, they also have this cool little feature where you can change play Minecraft.
You, Sisyphus.
And then you can actually play it like that.
Salve. Hello there, friend. May I say, that is a glorious bow you're carrying. Do you mind if I ask where you acquired it?
You'd never believe me if I told you.
I'll take your word for it. But perhaps you'd be interested in selling it to me. I mean, it's not as if you have any use for it down here.
For the right price, I tell you where you can get your
Now
own.
you're talking, I'm interested.
What? 100? Please. 5,000 denarii.
Oh, that's a little excessive, don't you think? It's not the bow of Ulysses we're talking about. All right. But I'm going to need you to tell me before I pay up.
Sorry, I don't trust you.
Well, how do I know I can trust you?
Well, the golden... Well, he doesn't believe in the golden rule, though. I managed to get this bow, didn't I?
I suppose you're right. All right, you drive a hard bargain, but here's your money. Now.
Oh my gosh, he just gave me 5,000? What? It's in a shrine of Diana.
What? But I already knew that, you imbecile. Everyone knows that. can't take that golden bow because stealing from the goddess in her own shrine would break the golden rule. You promised to tell me where I could get one of my own. What is this?
You can take it and you'll be able to keep it the rest of your life.
I don't believe this is happening.
This was fun. We should do it again sometime. That's great. That was fun.
Ixion turns.
Fortune smile on you, brother.
Wade against the current, they say. If you came down here without this, I would imagine that that would actually be very problematic. I was for sure that something was hiding in this water, and I'm glad that I was wrong, but...
Do it! Just do it!
I appreciate that. Thank you for scaring me half to death. Oh my gosh, all the sound alerts. Okay, okay, we're ending. Okay, I'm sorry. I feel like there should be something more down here. Interesting. I was for sure that there was going to be more down here. Wait. She is chained up here. What?
Who are you?
We found you.
Found you.
Scintilla. I'm Detective DiJaDi and nobody sent me.
Do you know you're here? You have to help me escape before that monster comes back.
What is going on here?
I'm Scintilla. I found a way out through the Gate of Horn, but it's locked.
Ulpius
So I told
did.
him about it, and
Oh
instead
my
of
gosh.
helping me escape,
Ulpius locked you up.
he wants to keep us all here forever.
Wait,
or
what?
Until we're turned to gold. He's a monster.
Who?
You have to let me go so we can kill him.
It's gotta be
Take his
Ulpius,
key.
right? Who did this to you?
Sentius.
Nope, Sentius.
My
It was
adopted
Sentius.
father.
Oh my gosh.
Furies help me.
Oh my gosh.
Castrate and crucify
They
him.
ask you
I was
why you are,
right.
You just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I don't know. He said the gods are on his side because they don't want us to
Oh
escape
my
either.
gosh.
Behind me, there's an aqueduct tunnel bringing water from outside the city, so it should lead us outside. The only problem is it's barred by a heavy lock
Oh my
gate,
goodness
and he's
sakes.
the only key. I'm going to take that key from around his neck, even if it means
Oh my
cutting his
gosh.
throat to get it. I'm done caring about the golden rule. I just want out.
I wonder.
Help me, and
So,
we can escape together.
Gary Widow was telling a story. Hang on. We'll finish this
There won't be enough
conversation
time.
first.
Just you and me. What do you say?
What if I round everyone up so they're ready to escape?
There's no time. Wait, did you hear that? He's here. Quick, you have to let me go. It's now or never.
I need to save. Hang on. I'm like, what? I can't save?
Oh, thank you. Now follow. Wait, did you hear that? He's here. He must be coming in through the door behind me. You distract him. Stay right here and keep him talking while I look for something I can use.
What did you do with Scintilla? Where is she?
You're human garbage, you know
So
that?
That is how it's going to be. Oh well, this doesn't change anything for me. It's a shame, really. If you'd just done what you were supposed to, you'd have been looping through time forever until you gave up and killed yourself. Just like that soft-hearted pleb, Al.
You remember Al? Wait, what?
Surely
You remember
you were
everything?
The only one here who remembered everything. You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one loop to the next. Whether that was Proserpina's intention or a happy accident, I'll never know. But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you're a little bit sharper than Al was. Or perhaps you're just more willing to break the rules. He was a moralistic fellow, never once compromised on his principles. And because of that fatal flaw, he relived this day many thousands of times before we finally had this conversation.
Oh my gosh, this is
I
wild.
watched him come through the portal each time, always a little older, a little more disheveled, a little more haunted. And when he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine, tied a noose around his neck, and took his own life, just before he was shot with a golden arrow. The next time I awoke, you showed up, but you've caught up to where he was so quickly. I'd have preferred if you'd given me more time to enjoy the trappings of my success. How many extra days did you give me? Just the 9? Not a lot compared with Al, but I've seized every day nonetheless. In any case, there's no escape for you except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. What was it? Ah, yes. Better to end it all now than find out what awaits you beyond that portal. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it?
So you asked me to figure out who was going to break the golden rule, knowing that I would fail every time?
Of course. There's no way you could have succeeded. Every soul who has ever found themselves here has broken the golden rule eventually. It is inevitable. Man will always sin sooner or later. Any idiot could tell you this. But where others might see tragedy, I saw opportunity. As I told you the first time we met, I found a way to cheat death. By reliving the same day over and over again forever. And I will continue living.
This is wild. This is crazy. What? You knew there was a way out and even locked up your own daughter to keep it a secret?
Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown attached to all this. My title.
This is not where I was expecting this to go.
The sun on my face. The music of birds chirping. And as long as this day keeps repeating itself, I get to enjoy it all, over and over again, for eternity. Don't you see? I have found a way to prolong my life indefinitely, to cheat death. I have become, in effect, as immortal as the gods. Can you honestly say you would not wish the same for yourself?
And see you cheat your way out
Do
of
you
this.
really think you can take on a Decurion with that flimsy little bow?
I probably could, but I'm going to let her have this one.
Scintilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
Oh my gosh.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Come on, we have to go. Hey, what's happening to you? That light, it's so bright.
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al.
I came in here to find you.
Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I'm Detective DiJaDi.
Really? That's strange. I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, trying. My Latin is...
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Mentioned someone with the same name. It described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the shrine of Proserpina. Freed an imprisoned woman named Scintilla, who then murdered her captor, breaking some kind of ancient law. It said the attack caused golden statues to come alive, hunting down everyone in the city and turning them into gold. Apparently, the only person to survive was Scintilla, while the stranger disappeared in a flash of light.
Weird, that definitely wasn't me.
I didn't for one moment think it was, but the way you say that makes me wonder. I mean, how many people with that name could there be?
You know, some random other person named Detective DiJaDi, you know?
2,000 years ago.
Lots of people are named that, you know? I mean...
I'm sorry. Come again. Let me see that. God, why does this writing look so familiar? I've I've spent a lifetime in this place going around and around in circles. This is disturbing, but I don't understand how I could have written it. I'm not following.
Help Scintilla kill the man who opened a time portal and drew you back in time, preventing it from ever happening.
So you're saying, because a man from 2,000 years ago is dead, he never created a time
I'm gonna have to
portal, so
replay
I
this
never
because
went
there's
through it,
definitely a
and that's
better
why I
ending.
don't remember any of this. I guess you saved my life then, as well as helping that poor woman to escape. That's a lot to take in.
Enough talk. How about we get out of
Maybe
here?
we can escape through the same aqueduct Scintilla used, if we can find it.
Right here in the cistern. Follow me. That's what it seems like. It definitely seems like there's multiple endings.
I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else has ever lured into this temple. You go on ahead, and I'll be there soon.
Oh, hey, it's Kate. Or Karen. Karen.
You're back. But you're alone. Does that mean you didn't find Al?
I found him. He'll be here shortly.
What a relief. Thank you so much. I was beginning to think you'd both become trapped in there. Why don't you tell
It
me
was
what you
down
discovered?
below the
While we wait.
temple that he was...
Really? Sounds amazing. And did you... Oh, look! Here he comes. Al! It's so good to see you. You were gone so long I thought I'd never see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found. The ruins of a long-forgotten city. And there was a tablet describing an event 2,000 years ago. Supposedly, the city
Yeah,
was
but we don't want to
destroyed
get
when a
stuck
woman
down
murdered
there
a
again,
tyrant with the help
technically.
of... Well, my new friend here. I know how crazy that sounds.
Maybe not that crazy. That woman. I don't suppose her name was... Scintilla?
How could you... What?
She left a tablet of her own. I stumbled across it while I was waiting here.
It was lovely
think she
down
meant
there.
for you to read it.
I mean, it kind of
Here,
was.
take a
Yeah.
look.
I don't know what became of you, or if you'll ever read this, but I want you to know that I will never forget you, or what you did for me. It pains me that so many dear friends were not so fortunate. Ulpius, Cynthia, Lucretia, Horatius, Galerius, poor Dooley, and the others. But please understand, their blood is on my hands, not yours. I will live with the consequences of my actions, and all I can do is move forward, trying to show others the same compassion you showed me. I promise you that saving my life will not be for nothing. Scintilla.
Sounds like you meant a lot to her. I'd love to hear your story, but first, you two look exhausted. Why don't you hop in my boat and rest while I ferry you back to civilization?
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are you ready to go home?
Four endings, and we got ending 2. we'll keep on doing this on Fridays. That's a really good game, actually. I'm curious what the ending is where you because that was ending 2. Apparently ending 1 ends shorter. I'm curious what that is too. Also, $40 achievements. Jeez. We might try to 100% this, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how many achievements we can get naturally, and then we'll go from there. We might play Scorn on Sunday. We might play Hellblade 2 and try to wrap up the achievements for it. I'm not sure. Tomorrow, hopefully some Elite Dangerous after the recording of a Navcast. But we will have to see. We're gonna raid a dear friend of mine who I have not gotten to raid in a really long time. So if you could stick around and thank her for hosting our boarding party, that'd be much appreciated. Go ahead and check out the Nav merch. There. And check out a Navcast on all podcast services. And recorded live in our Discord. It auto deletes my commands. But thank you so much for joining me for this game jump. I very much appreciate that. And as always, safe travels.